welcome to Tom Myers versus the rest of the world. This is the best of and unheard bits of fall 2025, part 1. In this episode, you'll hear some of our favorite moments, plus some bits that didn't quite make the initial airings. Joining me on this episode are Jeff Hyson, Polite Kitty, Allison Chadwick, Lucy Strassball, Joe Gorman, Nicole Blessing, Christian Black, Eric Zane, Valerie Pascal, Chip Jones, and Richard Ojeda. A lot has been going on since we were last with you. As we're recording this, we're a few hours from a potential government shutdown, so if no spending bill has been passed by the time this episode drops, welcome, newly furloughed federal employees. You can join your fellow former co-workers who joined us this past spring in listening to the show and hearing us shit on your old boss. The big, beautiful bill was passed by Congress. It's only beautiful if you enjoy having your eyes drilled out of its sockets and your nuts tased. Of course, we were all lucky that it passed when it did. If House Speaker Mike Johnson had gotten any more excited about it, he would have gotten an erection and told his son.
Oh, God.
White House border czar Tom Homan was found to have accepted a bribe from undercover FBI agents before the election last year. They gave it to him in a giant paper bag, which just shows how out of touch with the modern world this guy is. I mean, how old is this guy? Do we have to treat him like Wile E. Coyote and flatten him with a boulder? I'm speaking metaphorically, Christy Noem. I have to say this now.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Homan responded to the allegations by saying he gets threats and he doesn't even live with his family anymore. That just shows the only person really happy that Tom Homan is the border czar is Mrs. Homan. A lot's been going on. This past week, Donald Trump was nowhere to be seen for close to 5 days, following his speech to the various chiefs and heads of the United States military. No word on when someone will come up for why not hearing from Trump is a bad thing. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem was denied the use of a public bathroom in a municipal building in Chicago. They have every right to worry. If she squats and starts grunting, there's every chance that an alien will pop out of her snatch and clog the toilet. Imagine being such a fascist that even cops look at you and tell you to fuck off. They do have the right to refuse service to anyone for any reason, with one of those reasons being Kristi Noem's nipples get hard at the thought of a dark-skinned family being separated. A lot's been going on this week. There were the big No Kings protests this past weekend. In response to all of them, Donald Trump shared an AI video of himself, dropping loads of fecal matter onto the crowds all over the country. In his defense, a United States covered in shit is a huge improvement from what he's turned it into since January. I could see his team saying that the video was a metaphor. The only thing that's stopping him from doing that, though, is that none of them know what a metaphor is. A group of young Republicans were caught in a group chat where they espoused racist and anti-Semitic tropes. One of the group chats was called I Love Hitler, which is fitting as the combined IQ of the young Republicans involved in that group chat is 88. Alex Young, the president of the Young Republicans of Kansas, was one of the young Republican activists singled out in this racist group chat. He looks like someone brought a Bob's Big Boy statue to life and gave it an IQ slightly less than that of Forrest Gump. And then you have Bobby Walker of the New York Young Republicans, who doesn't really look any better. He looks like what would happen if Donald Trump and J.D. Vance ended up mating with one another, complete with a little shot from George Santos jerking off from the cuck chair. In other news, House Speaker Mike Johnson is refusing to swear in Adelina Grijalva after her special election in Arizona. That's just a natural reflex of his party, which is used to kicking Hispanics out of houses instead of bringing them in. Mike Johnson is such a dick that I can see him in hell, but instead of burning for all of eternity, Satan uses him as a spokesperson. And this is even after Satan looks at the porn notification app on Mike Johnson's phone and thinks, Yeah, that's a bit creepy. Mike Johnson even went so far as to describe the naked cyclists in Portland protesting the immigration's stormtroopers there. He went ahead to describe them as ugly. This is from a guy whose only experience in seeing a naked woman is Mrs. Mike Johnson. Even then, I bet he crossed his fingers and hoped his son's porn app notifications didn't go off. It's been busy this week. The East Wing of the White House has been demolished to make space for Donald Trump's new ballroom. This must be galling for Al-Qaeda. They tried to destroy the White House. They tried to destroy the White House on 9/11. All they had to do was start a construction company and then wait 24 years until Trump was elected just to get an opportunity to take out part of a national icon. Trump got rid of the East Wing of the White House so fast, I thought someone had told him that's where the files on the Jeffrey Epstein case were kept. Trump signed an executive order officially renaming October 12th Columbus Day instead of the more modern one, Indigenous Peoples Day. What better president to honor Christopher Columbus than Donald Trump? Those two have a lot in common. Two white men who brought diseases back and eliminated the country's brown people. Trump met with the new Japanese prime minister this week. Finally, something from the United States that makes the Japanese think, well, Hiroshima and Nagasaki weren't that bad. A commentator on Fox boasted that sales of Hamburger Helper were going up despite the rising costs of groceries and other necessities. That's not the flex they think it is. Hamburger Helper is shit. It's so bad that even people who can afford to buy ramen look at someone buying Hamburger Helper and think, what a broke-ass bitch. Even a docile, trained media, accustomed to the stonewalling that Donald Trump has done from the time of his first term in office, is relentless in its pursuit of the truth behind Donald Trump's affiliation with Jeffrey Epstein, going back a couple of decades. To paraphrase the Monty Python Dinsdale sketch, even the journalists began to sit up and take notice. Here are excerpts of Trump discussing his claim that Jeffrey Epstein, quote-unquote, stole women under Trump's employment at his Mar-a-Lago golf course.
Just to button up on Mar-a-Lago, you're saying that Jeffrey Epstein poached two of your staffers. Who were they?
Yeah, I don't want to say two, or I don't want to say any number. You're talking about many years ago. But, yeah, he took people, and because he took people, I said, don't do it anymore. You know, they work for me. And he took, beyond that, he took some others. And once he did that, that was the end of him. I didn't like, when they steal people, I don't like it.
Mr. President, did one of those stolen, persons, does that include Virginia Giuffre?
I don't know. I think she worked at the spa. I think so. I think that was one of the people. Yeah. He stole her. And by the way, she had no complaints about us, as you know. None whatsoever.
President, I know that it's been an extremely busy week between this executive order, trade, Russia, Gaza, but also the family of Virginia Giuffre released a statement overnight in response to some of the comments that you made this week. You said that Jeffrey Epstein stole people from Mar-a-Lago. At the time, did you know why he was taking those young women, including Virginia?
No, I didn't know. I mean, I would figure it was ABC fake news that would ask that question, one of the worst. But no, I don't know really why. But I said, if he's taking anybody from Mar-a-Lago, he's hiring or whatever he's doing. I didn't like it, and we threw him out. We said we don't want him, at the place. This is a story that's been known for many years, as you know. But I didn't like it that he was doing that.
I mean, he may as well have said, I kicked him out because he was a creep and I hated the competition.
I don't believe for a minute any of that is true. Not a bit of it.
He did get kicked out.
No, never did. I mean, if they had any kind of parting of the ways, it was about money. I mean, there was absolutely no way it was about abusing girls that he gave.
I heard there was an issue with real estate that they got into it. I believe that could happen, but it was not over the girls by a stretch.
No.
Really sounds like a lover's quarrel where someone got mad at the other and said, you're stealing my girls, is basically what it is. And he kicked Epstein out of his house.
Can I just say that this whole thing about, when is the list going to come out? It's almost like gaslighting our whole country. Doesn't everybody know they were best friends? They were doing this shit 24/7, whenever they could. And these girls have said what happened and who did what to who. There's no mystery left. What are we going to find out that we don't already know? And I'm really asking that.
That's true.
Okay.
If we had just believed them in the beginning, if we just believed them, we wouldn't need the list.
Right. And, I was hoping that when these 40 women testified in front of this congressional committee, that, they were saying that they were going to put out all the names, but then real quick, whoever had lawyers, they were like, nope. You're going to get killed. They're going to kill you.
Did you notice that? Some of this, the way they talk about it is just, the words don't even make sense sometimes.
Exactly. And here's my other question. So, if some list that hasn't been redacted into oblivion comes out and it has, Trump's name all over it, what's going to happen?
Nothing. But did you notice how Trump talked about the island and how we talked about it? He said, I never had the honor of going to the island, but I didn't go. Like,
that is unbelievable.
How would it be what?
What?
We'll find out if that's true eventually. Maybe. Hopefully while Trump is still alive,
Hopefully.
Maybe he's all lied out and his body can't create any more lies.
See, I think lies for him are like fuel.
Yes.
Like Bill Clinton, I used to work for him, and he'd go to a big crowd and speak to them, and he got energy from it. I think when Trump lies, it like regenerates him like some kind of weird lizard.
Since starting his second term as president, Donald Trump has been gaining public celebrity support, which may soon increase by double digits if he lives that long. One of them is actor Dean Cain, who is so dedicated to the goals of this administration that he trains as an immigrations and customs officer, as we can see in this piece from Fox.
Why did you want to get involved with ICE? I know there was a little bit of backlash, right? Not everybody thought it was the best idea for Superman, but why did you want to do it?
Because I stand with our law enforcement, and people don't realize, they think that, ICE is this horrible, nefarious group, and they're not. They're phenomenal people.
And so this time, Dean Cain isn't flying there. He's going through that obstacle course and training to be an honorary ICE agent. He was working hard out there, and this is exactly what those recruits will do as they're picked one by one. And they're at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in Brunswick, Georgia. This place is amazing. You should see it for yourself. He hit the shooting range, too. He was out there with the acting ICE director, Todd Lyons. It was hard to tell who had the better shot there. They were both pretty good. Although he's best known for playing the Man of Steel on the 90s TV series Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, he's also a sworn reserve police officer and a deputy sheriff out in Virginia. He says it's time for people to sign up and help this agency. What would you tell those people that are on the line of if they should join ICE?
Well, I was faced with the same things, and here I am. So you could be here too, and they should. It's an incredible. These guys are incredible. Mm-hmm. This whole place is incredible. Oh, and what these men and women do is protect the homeland.
So Cain was sworn in by acting ICE director Todd Lyons there. They went through the process, told him what he was going to do, gave him his gear, and he says he doesn't care what critics have to say. There's been a lot of them. Why? Because he says he's doing the right thing.
I get John Oliver or Bill Maher or whomever making fun of it. That's great. Go ahead. And it's an easy joke, and that's fine. But I mean, what you're making fun of is me standing up for federal law enforcement and American citizens. Do you want to make fun of me for that? Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go first. I mean, first off, like, what terminal illness does Dean Cain have that they're allowing him to do this? And is it going to take him soon?
Well, at the very least, they shouldn't be publicizing it.
No. And it's Dean Cain. Who cares? I thought he was dead.
Well, I also love the idea that he's like, I don't care what the critics say. Well, yeah, you haven't done anything in 20 years that critics might take a look at. So when was the last time that a critic commented on anything?
Didn't he do some serial killer Lifetime movie where he like killed his wife and kids and?
Oh, fuck.
I mean, I do get a Todd Peterson vibe off of him.
Isn't it Todd Peterson? Wasn't he that guy?
I mean, he wishes, he wishes he looked as good.
He
as
might
Todd
have played the part of. I'm not sure.
I swear, unless it's some weird fever dream, which could have happened, is that he was this, like, it was a Lifetime movie or some movie like that where he was like a killer.
I hate to say I'm looking up Dean Cain's IMDb after looking up Nicole Blessing's IMDb, which means in my history Dean Cain and Nicole Blessing will be next to each other.
Nobody look at Jeff's search history.
But yeah,
Hank's Christmas Wish 2, The Nutcracker, Letters at Christmas, God's Not Dead, In God We Trust, and God Made Men. I'm picking up a theme here.
Oh, okay. He's doing like the faith-based thing.
Oh, like Kevin Sorbo, the Minnesotan we don't acknowledge.
Okay.
One of the movies that he did was I remember this being around in conservative circles. It was about a doctor whose last name is Gosnell. You'll see his name in that, and I guess they call him America's biggest serial killer because of the number of abortions he performed.
Okay.
So it's very politically charged.
He probably blew Kirk Cameron at some point.
Don't believe that Kirk would be interested in that, Eric.
I hate to bring this up, but there is a Gosnell in my family tree. I do have an ancestor with that name, so I might finally have a famous relative.
All right.
Dean Cain was in a movie called Pickleball Pandemonium. I hate pickleball. Just play tennis.
He was also in 2020. He was in Obamagate the movie.
Oh my God.
Wait, can someone please get the music from the other clip and mesh it up with Dean Cain trying to go through them?
Yeah. Or the Benny Hill theme, perhaps, would also work. And then Dean has to be sped up with someone hitting him on the back of the head.
But someone was referencing the 2004 TV movie, The Perfect Husband, the Lacey Peterson story, which
you were right.
It's false
Good pull.
advertising.
Good pull.
So is this a moment where I've clearly betrayed the fact that I knew what that movie was, that I just randomly said, oh yeah, he looks like a Todd Peterson type, pretending that I had no idea?
You're married to a TV writer, so you get a pass.
That's true. Thank you.
Wait, G.W. Bailey was in that movie. He was in MASH. No one knows what that was, but anyway.
Jeff's going to go down a rabbit hole.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Did he play?
He played Colonel Potter.
If he didn't play Klinger, I don't know who he was talking about.
He was in season 3 in the background in the tent.
He should be playing a movie called Supersize Man, given what we just saw. Thank you for getting that polite.
That's why her first name is polite. She's like,
yeah.
Despite the warnings from elected Republicans and even some mainstream media outlets that the No King's Day protests would be rather chaotic, the events are overwhelmingly peaceful with few incidents and arrests. This is quite a different narrative than some Republican governors are putting forth, as we can see in this warning versus reality moment for Texas Governor Greg Abbott.
On to Texas. Texas was hilarious. So there were thousands and thousands and thousands of people who turned out to attend No Kings events in Texas this weekend, including a really big No Kings event in Austin. But in Austin, Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott was so afraid. He was so afraid of the Austin No Kings protest, so afraid of the, grandmas and the kids and the, blind people and the people in wheelchairs and the people with their dogs in strollers and the people in inflatable lobster suits. He was so afraid that he literally called out the Texas National Guard. He told them to, quote, surge forces. That was his term. Surge forces into Austin. Surge forces. Look, there's a guy with the pride flag. There's a lady who says, my name is Aunt Tifa. Send in the troops. Meanwhile, Austin police sent out a tweet showing their smiling officers having a great time on a great day and thanking everybody in Austin for being so nice and so peaceful with 0 arrests. Literally, they ended their tweet, "Great job, Austin!" While Texas's Republican Governor Greg Abbott is hiding in a closet saying, "Surge forces!" He literally called in air support. Okay.
I mean, to be fair to Greg Abbott, he is in a wheelchair, so like any one of those like grandmothers or people in the lobster costumes could have kicked his ass.
That's true.
Do you know that they call him Governor Hot Wheels? I don't, because I think that's mean, but some people do.
Well, you were on the wrong show, Jeff, after all these years.
I was at one of the gatherings, and I found it exhilarating. I'm not sure about the rest of the people here, but I just thought it was wonderful, at least for a few minutes, to be in the same area with like-minded people, even if some were wearing unicorn outfits and one person was dressed like a Pokemon. But it was just wonderful.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
the horror Pokemon.
Well, maybe that's why
Pikachu,
he
I
called
choose
him
you.
Yeah.
Well, he called him out because, you have to catch them all.
That's true.
You mean the No King's Day protest was just a ruse to capture all Pokemon?
Right.
Yeah, because they're wily.
They are wily. The one thing you have to put in there, though, is that there were some arrests, but they were all MAGA people who were trying to do violence to the protesters. So it's like you got 0 on the Antifa side, and like 25 to 50 on the We Love America side.
I was in Olney, Maryland, and there was 4 street corners of people with peacefully protesting and enjoying being with like-minded people, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But there was one guy who kept driving through the intersection, giving us the finger, honking his horn, and nobody did anything. Blasting a horn in Maryland is common.
It's ASMR, really, if you think
That's
about
right.
it.
It's basically welcome to Maryland.
Yeah, I don't have a comment for that. With the second term of a president who sought to use his supporters to violently overturn the results of the election previous to this one, the events of January 6th seem to not only be in the rearview mirror, but seem to have been normalized and forgotten by the mainstream media. Unfortunately, the only place where January 6th is actively on the minds of most people is the right-wing media sphere, as we can see with Alex Stein interviewing right-wing comedian Chrissie Mayr and Adam Johnson, a.k.a. the Lectern guy, in this clip.
I have 3 of my very close friends that I've known for years now. It's crazy how time flies. Let me introduce him. You know, he was arguably one of the biggest terrorists on January 6th. You love him. We love him. Everybody loves him. Let's all welcome on the Lectern guy, Adam Johnson. Adam. And, of course, everybody's favorite comedian, Chrissie Mayr. Chrissie, welcome to the show, guys.
I thought when you were saying biggest terrorist from January 6th, I was like, oh, please be me, please be me.
Actually, that's a good way to start. Adam, how do you feel? Because Chrissie was famously at January 6th and did not get in trouble whatsoever. And you could have, didn't they call you or something?
I could carry a podium, just I didn't need to go in and see if I could.
But I'm saying, like, didn't they call you, Chrissie? Like, didn't the FBI call you?
Yeah, they called my house. They wanted to confirm that a video I posted on Facebook was actually mine, so they could use it to prosecute people.
Oh my gosh. Well, we all know that the federal government is corrupt, and sadly that is a little bit why I think we're all reeling right now.
It was a transgender that was a part of a youth group that I helped lead that actually doxed my family online.
Oh, after January 6th?
Yes, it actually was a transgender. It was a girl who was troubled. She transitioned to be a male. She's actually an attorney now, I think practicing in Pennsylvania. But she was the one who doxed my family, my wife, where my kids go to school. And, this is a person that I spend time with praying with. And for that to happen, I mean, it's how many times does it have to happen for us to say there is a thing we should look at this, there is a plan, there is a protocol in place that these people are coming after us.
I think the rule of law evades this guy, just as irony does. Like, here, this person doxed me, and I'm going to go ahead and inadvertently dox them right back.
Sad, huh?
They have no concept of their own behavior or the consequences or anything. You know, they do stuff and it's really awful, and then they go around and accuse everyone. It's all projection or confession.
Seriously. I mean, the guy sat there on that stand and said, the federal government is so corrupt. Yes, I think we could actually agree on that point.
But
Yes,
nonsense.
Are they trying to rebrand January 6th as something other than what it was? I mean, that's what it is. Yeah, I was
Of course.
there. Yeah, I was there, and I was inside, and I grabbed a podium, and all this.
They are rewriting history.
All this stuff happened, but we were just tourists.
They are rewriting.
There's a plaque up in the Capitol commemorating the protesters on January 6, 2021. I mean, they really see them as patriots who are just trying to do the right thing. It's crazy.
They want to rewrite history and make that day a heroic day. Right. It'll become the new July 4th.
Oh, for them it is. It absolutely is. Already, yeah.
January 6th is way too cold to have a cookout. All right? That's why it's a bad idea.
Not with global warming.
Not if you're burning flags. I mean,
oh man, freedom of speech.
That's right.
But before we go, I'd like to leave you with this final thought. Am I getting a little too out there for my own good with my thoughts, beliefs, and opinions? Probably. Am I going to keep going despite any perceived dangers from the powers that be? You bet. I do have one advantage in that Google and YouTube's algorithms are so against independent left-wing creators such as myself that no one will know what the fuck I'm saying because they're too pissed off at everything, ranging from George Stephanopoulos' interview of J.D. Vance to Bad Bunny performing at this year's Super Bowl to give a rat's ass about little old me. I'm even being ignored by some of the bigger name progressive creators. After all the work I've done, I have yet to see one payment from George Soros, which, owing to his delinquency in payments to liberal content creators, activists, and protesters like yours truly, makes me put him in the same category as Trump. Fucking deadbeat. So where am I getting the resources to do this show and support myself? I'll never tell. I will keep that a secret until my dying days, which, given the way things are going now, will be Christmas Eve due to being completely careless during a bout of erotic asphyxiation. With my final words being, Bo Beardington, my man! I will never tell you where the funding for this show comes from. You can torture me all you want, but I'll never tell. I'll get excited, but I'll keep my mouth shut. I'll keep getting aroused, but my lips will stay sealed. I'll orgasm. I'll beg in sweet ecstasy for you to continue, knowing I would probably have to pay you overtime to do so, but I will never tell. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, and good day, everybody. This episode of Tom Myers vs. the Rest of the World was written and hosted by Tom Myers, with panelists Jeff Hyson, Polite Kitty, Allison Chadwick, Lucy Strassball, Joe Gorman, Nicole Blessing, Christian Black, Eric Zane, Valerie Pascal, Chip Jones, and Richard Ojeda. Theme music composed and arranged by Jeroen van den Hurck. Executive producers Tom Myers, Aaron Duspiva for Oddly Funny Productions, Matt Connarton for ipmNation, and Eddie Carson for Odyssey Radio. Please leave a 5-star rating and a positive review on Apple Podcasts. And don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/Tom Myers, for access to ad-free episodes, extended episodes, bonus clips, and now, Patreon-exclusive episodes and bonus video content. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for listening, and please visit tommyers.us.